If there's one thing true in the distant, grim, dark future of Warhammer 40K, it is that there are really no good guys. Like, everyone has quite a bit of baggage carrying around, and even if you could argue that there are a lot of gray areas and definitely a scale of evilness to all the factions and races, it is still true that everyone is kinda evil in themselves, and there is no good race. Everyone has their big problems. So, with that said, we will take a look at the three factions which will come with Warhammer 40k Total War. And two things you might be wondering is, wait, why are you only focusing on Warhammer 40k Total War? Because that's what I want to do. I want to focus on the things you only see in that game and then slowly build on it so that people are not getting overwhelmed. Second, wait, three factions? But there are four factions in the game. Yeah, that's right. But the Space Marines and the Imperial Guard are one faction, and that is the Empire or the Imperium of Man. Right? They're the same thing. Doesn't make a difference on a scale at all and what they are doing. So with that said, let's jump right into it. And we are starting with the greenskins, the Ork. Are they evil? I mean, look at them. Big, burly, green, muscly, menacing, big teeth, and they look like they will beat the living shit out of you. And, well, that's exactly what they are doing. They love to smash, 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 smash. That's their whole thing. And that also doesn't really make them too evil. Like, don't get me wrong, they will come to your planet and they will just start a war there. They will murder and pillage without any question, and that is their whole life. But that's really it. They don't have any grand plan, grand scheme. They are not really planning to enslave you all and then sacrifice you later to the Dark Gods or anything like that. Like, they come to your planet and they want to fight. Who they fight, even if they win or not, doesn't really matter to an orc. The only thing which matters to them, they had a lot of fun while fighting, and that entertained them. If they are also winning the fight, even better, because that means they can continue the fighting. But that also unfortunately means that if you are somebody who doesn't want to fight, or just can fight for whatever reasons, then the orc will still murder you, because they will put you out of their misery, at least that's what they think, because what's alive without fighting, right? So, are the orcs evil? Not that much. They are still murderous monsters, and they're really hard to get rid of when they are once invading your planet. But again, they are not doing any crazy fucked up stuff, and they really just want some beating. They want a fight. And how that fight goes, well, they will figure it out. But they're very straightforward, and on an evil scale, I would definitely put them in the lower rank. That's for sure. Now, let's talk about the Eldar, or Eldari, or to be a little bit more precise here, we are talking about the craft world Eldari, because there is quite of different undercategories and different factions of the Eldari out there. But that's what we are playing in Warhammer 40k Total War, the craft world Eldari. And as the name is already suggesting, they are all about their craft words. What are craft words? Well, quickly explained, they're huge ships going through space, and they are as big as sometimes a planet. And this is where all the different Eldari factions are hurtling up. Like, most of the Eldaris are now living in those craft worlds. And are they evil? Not really. Like, they have a similar problem like the Orks. They basically have this whole attitude of the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? Their first goal is to survive, because their race is in decline. They are dying left and right. They have lost their whole empire. And long story short, they're not looking too hot. But they are also looking for ways to defeat and destroy one of the Chaos Gods called Slaanesh, but that is a story for another time. And they're scheming everywhere. And they're also very xenophobic, right? They only see their race, the Eldar, as the true race in the whole galaxy, and they look down, especially on the newer races like the Imperium, quite a bit. Now, that doesn't mean that they are not necessarily working sometimes with the Imperium or with other races, but they are mostly scheming for themselves, and everything they are doing is to make sure that their race survives. And yes, that means they're willing to kill millions of people, the whole planet, if they have to save some Eldar. So, are they evil? No, not really. Most of them aren't. But they're also not the good folks by any means. And again, as I said, a lot of their schemes are sometimes, well meant, but ending up sometimes in a disaster, right? So, unfortunately, the Eldar could be the good folks who try to save the galaxy, but in the end, they're all doing it just to, save the Eldar, and whoever dies in the way of that, that's just collateral damage to them. Which leads us to probably the biggest offender here on the list, and that is the Imperium of mankind, or the Empire. How are they faring? How is humanity faring? The biggest empire right now in the Warhammer 40K universe? And the answer is badly. No, seriously, if you were born in the Empire, your life will probably suck. The Empire is a xenophobic, fanatic, religious, anti-science construct where every or nearly every single human being is expendable on a daily basis, and life is just shit. It's absolutely devastating. Like, let me give you an example. You were working at a munitions factory and putting ammunition together for the war effort, and you were rolling a 72-hour shift. After 72 hours, you were getting 3 to 4 hours of a break where you can eat, pray, sleep, and then you were going back to the next 72 hours shift. And if you were lucky, with the ripe age of 25, you will finally die of exhaustion. I love that word. And if you are unlucky, you have done something wrong. And as a punishment, you will be transformed into a servitor. What's a servitor? Well, the name is already suggesting it. You are serving. You will be lobotomized, or your brain will be wiped, and then you get a lot of electronic parts installed in you, and maybe even a little program. And from now on, you are doing nothing else but opening doors, cleaning toilets. And that is your life till you are falling apart, literally. And that's it. That's your life. Congratulations. And if you might be thinking, oh, I will become a space marine or join the Imperial Guard, yeah, that's not really better. Their survival rates are very low. We are talking sometimes about the 1 percentile, and like the whole thing is just messed up. And as I said, they don't care for anything which is not human. They look down for everyone who doesn't look like the ideal human in their minds. Like even some of the meta-humans or humans which like have some mutations here and there, they're being looked down on, but they're tolerated most of the time at least. And again, they are super xenophobic, and they are all very much fanatics when it comes to believe in the God Emperor. And if you don't be as fanatic as they are, they will put a bullet in your brain. So yeah, not a not a great time to really live in the Imperium. And the more you read up on the Empire, the more you realized how screwed up they really are and how they are basically falling apart. Even that is happening. So, on the evil scale, when it comes to the factions you can actually play in Total War Warhammer 40K, then this one is up there. The Empire is definitely up there. Is it the worst of them all? No, no, they are not. It gets worse. But if I would use a scale from 1 to 10, they are definitely a solid 6 or 7 on that scale. Yeah. So those are the factions in Warhammer 40k Total War, at least for now. If there will be new factions later down the road, I will definitely make a new video on that. But so far, that's it. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like. Also, if you're new to the channel, you want to see more Total War Warhammer 40k, and yes, I know I mixed the names up. You would definitely find that here, and I would appreciate if you might consider to subscribe. Keep in mind that we are also doing more than that here on the Mole Under Management channel. We are focusing completely on strategy management and building games. There are also quite a bit of live streams here of new games showing up, reviews, guides, the whole shebang. So if that is your thing, definitely make sure to check out the other videos. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. Bye-bye.